Again? I am not looking forward to dealing with Mother Brain. Fighting her feels less like an actual boss fight, and more like I'm just clashing with the whole damn environment. Technically speaking, I can beat her without having to resort to cheats on this difficulty, but it's not consistent. And based on the sheer number of times I've tried in this playthrough, it doesn't look like I was particularly lucky this time through. So the big question for this clip is, did I manage to kill her before I got so frustrated that I just resorted to cheats? I swear, I have an easier time against her in Super Metroid, and that's probably because there's so much less crap flying around to knock us into the lava in the chamber in that game than what we deal with in this one. I get that they wanted to make her challenging, especially to players who never got to experience her the first time in the original Metroid. They want taking her down to feel like a major accomplishment, especially since in the original game, Mother Brain was the absolute last challenge. But where fighting Ridley, or the Metroids, or Kraid can be pretty fun in their own right, Mother Brain herself just isn't fun to me. I feel like we're actually contending against something in all the other fights we go through in this game, both before and after her. I know, I'm bitching about her way too much, considering we haven't actually gotten to her yet, but we are damn close, and she's going to probably take up a majority of this clip. I am just debating with myself at this point just how much of the deaths in that fight I'm gonna fast forward through, if I'm gonna outright cut a good deal of footage, or keep it for the sake of showing how absolutely frustrating she is to deal with, and if I'm going to even bother saying anything after some of the mess, or just throw in random music in the background. If anything, I'm kind of tempted to have Hell by Squirrel Nut Zippers playing as I just get slaughtered over and over again. And once again, we have multiple Metroids coming at us at once. Oh, thank God that one wasn't quite smart enough to navigate around the walls. Though given how much trouble I've been having getting from place to place in this game, I'm not sure I have too much room to talk. Right, now for another drop that'll probably summon a few more Metroids. After all, we're still locked in here. Funny, I think that circle just saved us from having that Metroid latch onto us. And with that, I think we've slaughtered every Metroid that the pirates brought with them to this planet. Sorry, my mistake. Is it wrong that I want them to keep showing up, just so we won't have to deal with the fight we absolutely have to, in order to actually move on? Is it a good or bad sign when the player wants absolutely nothing to do with the next major boss fight in any way, shape, or form? Well, at least the green circles are more likely to drop items. I suppose that's a mercy. I'm doing everything in my power to delay actually having to deal with Mother Brain at this point. Well, now that we have about as much health as we could possibly get, time for us to head into Mother's room. Part of me wants to make a joke about how we don't have to worry about being traumatized watching Motherfucking Father, because there is no father character to go with Mother Brain in this franchise as far as I know. The other is legitimately traumatized by this crap. We've got turrets shooting at us from multiple angles, and there's little orange bullets can't be stopped by our freeze beam like the energy circles. And further on, we have lava in the lower area to worry about as well. With how I generally move around and so many things ready to knock us into the lava, plus the fact that Mother Brain is a goddamn damage sponge that can avoid getting hurt just by shutting her fucking eye, is it any wonder I'm not looking forward to this? Seriously, I was under the impression that in most games the end should be the single most awesome moment in it, not a moment that makes you want to rage quit. So maybe that's why the game designers decided to expand on things in Zero Mission. So this wouldn't be people's last memory of Zero Mission. Right. Brace yourselves, Mother's just past the next wall and she doesn't have any clothes on. Or a body. Definitely don't consider it fun to be juggled around like this and thrown into the water to burn. Well, that's certainly an embarrassing ass-kicking for me. It is an absolute perfect storm of everything that I can't do well in this game. Seriously. I can't pay attention to that many things coming at my character from multiple angles like that, even if I see them coming, which I probably won't, due to how busy the screen is. I'm not precise enough with my movements to be able to dodge even the stuff I manage to see, much less everything else coming at me at once. And once I drop into the lava, I have a hell of a time getting back out, and at an angle where I can actually start shooting at Mother Brain again. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You mean to tell me the glass can heal itself if we take too long? I swear it's like someone made sure to stuff everything possible to make me infuriated with this encounter, and then just to add insult to injury made it so the boss doesn't move so much as an inch in order to fight me. It's not just me. Pretty much everyone I've ever talked to who's played this game really didn't think Mother Brain was a good boss fight in this one. The only person I met who enjoyed it was the kind of gamer that enjoyed games like Ninja Gaiden and Super Meat Boy, neither of which I have any interest in, even if you don't take their difficulty into account. Good God, it doesn't matter if it's sped up or at normal speed. The music in this area is just as uninspired as it gets. It just sounds like a placeholder tune for an evil meeting. Excuse me, going to pull back to the save point, and it doesn't hurt that it's a good point for me to heal before making the next push as well. sworn I took the time to retreat all the way to the save. Ah, there we go. I guess I felt the need to double check to make sure the glass things that we took the time to break stay broken if you decide to leave the room then come back. Got to admit, if it didn't, then I'd probably scream, or as close to an enraged scream as I can manage, without anyone calling the police because they heard one of their neighbors either A, in distress and must need some kind of help, or B, furious enough to try headbutting a charging rhino in sheer mind-numbing rage, so good God, take him to jail before he hurts himself or something else. Ugh. Yeah. Can you blame me for not really liking this fight? It takes what was a pretty solid game that, sure, isn't in any of my typical genres, but is still a fun romp, then just twists things around and taunts me over what I'm not that good at, and haven't needed to perfect all the way to this point of the game. Oh, how I wish there was a visible health bar for Mother Brain, so I know just how close I managed to get to killing her in any of these runs. I swear, I need that kind of confidence boost in order to prevent me from doing something drastic, like cheating my ass off just to get through this one goddamn obstacle and then moving on. Damn near didn't have one of my energy tanks just as we got to the boss. I think this one is definitely doomed. This would probably feel a lot less insulting if it felt like Mother Brain actually did anything in response to our actions, instead of just sitting there, waiting for us to die. Yeah. You can't say I didn't give it an honest try before giving up in rage and cheating for this fight. There's only one cheat, the infinite health one, and it's pretty easy to notice when you look at the upper left. We still got knocked around by the various hits, so we're still gonna get absolutely soaked in lava, so yeah. Samus is still not gonna have any dignity here. It's funny how even when I'm impossible to kill, I have to try to dodge these shots just to get a clean hit on the ugly bitch. Great, I can't even tell if she's changing color as we hit her. Still, he managed to kill her, or whatever the right term is, since she's gonna reappear in the third installment of the series. Time for us to run all the way back to Crateria, where our ship is parked, then get the hell off the planet before a massive explosion goes off. I've got to admit, my first time playing through this game, I wanted to just get it done when I finally killed Mother Brain after the obscene amount of deaths I went through before I got that lucky kill. Hell, I cut 20 of my deaths in this playthrough just because they didn't feel interesting enough to keep in the main footage. Though, since I felt the need to cheat my ass off in order to beat Mother Brain, I decided to take the route that I did back in that first playthrough when I was trying to escape. I didn't know about the door to the left of Mother Brain's chamber, and I didn't know that you needed to reach Samus's ship, not just leave the section of the planet that has the space pirate base. That's right, I'm purposely taking the absolute wrong path and dooming myself to dealing with the bitch once more. In this clip, partly as punishment to myself, for having to cheat to win. It's also a show of just how easy it is to go so far down a wrong path in such a time-sensitive moment for the game that you're completely doomed with no chance to salvage things. Because that timer doesn't give a damn how far away you've gotten from Mother Brain's chamber. When it reaches 0, you're dead. I've got the distinct feeling that the numbers showing up on the side of that statue head is an outright glitch. And good God, we have a long way down to go in order to reach Crateria from this direction. You know, even if we didn't have all these obstacles, I severely doubt we'd have been able to actually get to Crateria if gravity was completely unobstructed in this bit. There is just not enough time left on the clock. Yeah! This route is so hopeless that it's hilarious to even try. Just a white screen and then game over. Not even an explosion sound effect. And, of course, invincibility meant nothing to that little, trigger. Now, one more round of getting bounced around by various rep as I try to break a jar and then the brain inside of it. That's right, even if you wanted to, you can't just shoot the brain itself while still in the lava. I suppose why would you even want to try if you don't have a Cheeto? Considering how few things are actually flying around to give me so much trouble, it's a damn good thing I never got especially interested in any bullet hell games. Seriously, just imagine me trying to do something like Gradius or Toho. I'd get torn to shreds so fast, I doubt I'd even make it through a quarter of those games. Shame, I found some of the MMDs and other fan-related material of Toho to be pretty entertaining. But since the main series is a bullet hell, it's not something I'd actually enjoy going through. Anyway, let's leave the way we're supposed to. Yeah, this pit out of the base is certainly a lot busier than what we saw when we left the way we came in. Certainly does a better job of conveying that the place is blowing up, that's for sure. Not a fan of the blocks disappearing right underneath us as we climb, though. Son of a bitch! Oh, downwards is the one place we don't need to go. Please don't tell me I'm gonna get killed by the timer when I'm going out of my way to do it the right way. Well, at least we're on the right elevator this time. Okay, so even this section of Crateria is falling apart around us. Definitely appreciate that we don't have to fight anything on our way out, considering how close we're cutting it at this point. And there we go, with less than half a minute to spare. Even when I know it's not the end of the game, it's still a heart-pumping escape. Holy shit, it's that big of a blast when we're in orbit? What? You didn't have any sensors to detect the various pirate ships as you left the planet? I mean, sure, Samus was probably a lot more concerned about flying away from the blast than checking what she was flying into, but still. And you'd think she'd have some guns on that bloody customized ship to shoot back or at least take a few of them down with her. Nope. She just tries to flee and gets shot down alone. If I was Samus, I'd already be drawing up plans on her next ship having some means to defend itself. As the Master Chief from Halo can certainly support, it doesn't matter how well you fight on the ground if you get your ass kicked in orbit. Wish we were given an explanation for why Samus suddenly can't do anything involving the Chozo suit after that crash. Also would have appreciated seeing our ship actually hit the ground while we ejected or something. Well, it's gonna be easier to answer that question as soon as we figure out how we're going to escape. Suffice to say, the Zero suit is nowhere near as durable or maneuverable as the Viera suit. And of course, we just had to land somewhere completely unknown to us. Just turned off invincibility, since a good part of the fun in this part is how fragile Samus has suddenly become, compared to how we were earlier on. And at least she's able to crawl without the suit on, so no need to worry about having the bull form. And of course the stun gun isn't going to be able to get us through a super missile door. Unfortunately, the door seems to be the only way in that I can see right now. Well, the pirates certainly seem to be scrambling to try to find us after that dramatic explosion. Is there even anyone actually in charge right now? I mean, sure. For some reason, the pirate leaders we killed here aren't going to stay dead after this game, but at the very least, I doubt any of them are available at the moment to continue commanding the pirates still in the system. So are they taking orders from some pirate we don't know the name of? Or from some central headquarters that isn't on this planet? I know, technically speaking, it's not all that important. What's important is that I figure out a way to get inside the ship swarming with things that want to kill us when Samus is at her absolute weakest. Because, of course, it's more likely we're going to find a way off this planet inside of their ship than if we just picked at the scraps of whatever's left of our own ship. Again, I would have liked to have seen the broken pieces after the crash. Were we just seen by a security camera? Or is there some other reason we had to cut away for a moment to see a mechanical eye? Not too sure how useful the map room in here could be, since there's only one path we could possibly take from here. At least, with the equipment we've currently got. Though I certainly appreciate the fact that we're right next to a save room. It seems about as good a stopping point as any at this point.